A fiddler on the roof. Sounds crazy, no? But here in our little village of Anatevka, you might say every one of us is a fiddler on the roof, trying to scratch out a pleasant, simple tune without breaking his neck. It isn't easy. You may ask, why do we stay up there if it's so dangerous? Well, we stay because Anatevka is our home. And how do we keep our balance? Well, that I can tell you in a word. Tradition. We always keep our heads covered and always wear a little prayer shawl. This shows our constant devotion to God. Well, you may ask, how did this tradition get started? Well, I'll tell you. I don't know. But it's a tradition. And because of our traditions, every one of us knows who he is and what God expects him to do. We've always had our special types. For instance, Yen to the matchmaker.
Hurrah! I have found the perfect match for your son.
Who is it?
Rachel, the shoemaker's daughter.
Rachel? But she can hardly see. She's almost blind.
Tell the truth, Ram. Is your son so much to look at? The way she sees and the way he looks, they are a perfect match.
And Nahum, the beggar.
Alms for the poor. Alms for the poor.
Here at Nahum is 1 kopeck.
1 kopeck? Last week you gave me 2 kopecks.
I had a bad week.
So if you have a bad week, why should I suffer?
And most important, our beloved Rabbi.
Rabbi, may I ask you a question?
Certainly, my son.
Is there a proper blessing for the Tsar?
Blessing for the Tsar. May God bless and keep the Tsar far away from us.
Well, then there are others in our village. But they make a much bigger circle. His Honor the Constable, His Honor the Priest, His Honor many others. But we don't bother them. So far, they don't bother us. And among ourselves, we get along perfectly well. Of course, there was the time that he sold him a horse and delivered a mule. But that's all settled now. Now we live in simple peace and harmony and...
Will you see us cleaning my mule yesterday?
I have to stop. I
Yes?
sold you a horse.
No. You promised me you'd send me.
Sir,
And you sold me.
Sure, it was a horse.
Oh, really?
I heard it was a
tradition. Without our traditions, our lives would be as shaky as...